Hey folks, Chris with MPC Remote Starts. Today I'm going to take this remote start kit and install into this Nissan Titan. This kit's going to cover a 2008 to 2015 Nissan Titan Key-to-Start. We're going to go ahead and show you what's included in your kit and what tools you'll need to do this installation. Let's get started. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and show you what's included in your kit. First things we want to do is notice this QR code. You want to scan this QR code with your cell phone. That allows you to get the tip sheet so that you can complete your installation with the instructions. All right, so let's go ahead and open the box here. Okay, what's included is going to be your EVO 1 MPC remote start brain. This is the lock motor relay with plug-in harness, an MPC panel pulling tool, and then of course T-harness packet. This is going to include the T-harnesses to plug in for your OBD2, the ignition harness, and your immobilizer. Also includes a connector packet for needed installation, and some paperwork in the box. So that's what you're going to need to get your installation taken care of. Let's show you what tools we're going to use. These are the tools you're going to need to complete this installation. We're going to go ahead and be using an electric drill, some crimpers, your strippers, a socket wrench with a 10mm socket, the included MPC panel puller, a Phillips screwdriver, some electrical tape, zip ties, and of course the keys. This is all we're going to need to get this installation completed, so let's get started. All right, so to get started, the first thing we're going to do is remove this screw here and this screw here. What that's going to do is remove this panel and expose the bottom part of the dash. So we're going to go ahead and take our drill. There we go. Remove that screw, and then when you do so, pops here, pops here. This will drop down, exposing this metal panel right here. These 10mm bolts, we're going to go ahead and remove those and pull this down to go ahead and access the ignition connector and the ECM. All right, now we're going to go ahead and remove this metal plate here. There's these 4 10mm bolts. Take your socket wrench here. Go ahead and pop these off. Should allow us to lift this up and out of place. So now it gives us access to the back of our ignition cylinder and our body control module to make our connections. So we're going to go ahead and make our T-harness connection to the ignition switch. By doing so, we're going to go ahead and pull out the connector, plug it into the T-harness. Then you take the male end of the T-harness and plug it into the ignition switch. There we go. All right, so the IMI connection is right here, this little module. What you do is pop in, pull that out. There's your connection there. We're going to make that connection to our T-harness. There we go. And then plug this back into the module. So next we're going to do the OBD2 connection. What you're going to do is push in here to slide that in. Okay. Take your connector, snap that in. Then this becomes your OBD2 connection. There we go. So from the ignition T-harness, we're going to go ahead and take the black wire, which is our ground wire, bring it around here, and we're going to go ahead and take a 10mm socket. Make sure the ground is nice and secure and tight again. So now you have a good solid ground for your connection. Now that that's taken place, we're going to go ahead and go to the IMO connector, which is your NIS2-2. There's loose wires here, a blue and a blue and black. These wires we're going to connect to the included 20-pin connector that's in the kit, and we're going to use only the wires needed, which is going to be the blue, blue-black, the dark blue, purple-yellow, and the yellow. So right now we're going to go ahead and make the connections for this. And this one is blue to blue. Make sure that's snug. All right. Now on the blue-black from the 20-pin, it also tells you to connect the purple with the yellow trace. So we're going to cut these together to connect them over to the 20-pin. And those connect to the blue-black here. So there's two left wires here, which is one's the yellow wire. This yellow wire goes to the pink wire on the 6-pin connector for the EVO All module. There's an open slot for it to be here. I've already installed the T-tap that goes there. So what we're going to do is we'll connect this yellow wire to a connector. There we go. The blue wire, the last one from the 20-pin that's required for the install, is for the door trigger. It connects to the BCM connector, light blue wire. We're going to go ahead and put the male spade on it here because the T-tap will be at the BCM for it to connect to. Okay. All right, so one of our last two connections is going to be for the lock motor relay. This is what allows the vehicle to start from the 3-lock command on your OEM factory remote control. What we're going to do here is pull this connector out from the BCM and plug that into our T-harness. Then our T-harness will plug into where the BCM connector is at. There we go. So there's our connector there. And then our last connection is going to be the door lock connection wire into the T-tap we installed on the light blue wire at the BCM. There we go. And that's all your connections right here. Plug and play, we're ready to go and move on to our programming. All right, so we're going to go ahead and program this module to the vehicle now. By doing so, press and hold down the program button. Continue holding it down. While holding it down, plug in 6-pin connector. The lights are going to flash, so we're going to wait for a solid single yellow light and release. Okay, confirm that's connected. Plug in the rest of your connectors. So our 20-pin, red 6-pin, white 5-pin. Okay. Then it says to press the program button 2 times, so 1, 2. Yellow will flash, and we're waiting for it to come back on solid. Okay, now that it's on solid, I'm going to turn the key to the on position. We should get the red light come on. Red light is on. We're going to wait for the blue to flash. There's our blue flashing. Turn the key off, pull the key out. Then we're going to insert the key back in, turn it to the on position. Red, yellow, blue will flash. And there's our yellow light flashing. Our key is programmed. We can now turn the key off, pull the key out, and test the remote start. All programming is complete. We're going to get ready to do a test start. To do so, we're going to go ahead and make sure that we plug in the lock motor relay from the connector that plugged into the BCM. And then we're going to go ahead and just set it right here for the meantime. To do so, we're going to make sure all doors are closed. Okay. Now you're going to go ahead and press lock, lock, lock on your factory remote control. You'll see that the module activates. Ignition comes on, and the vehicle starts. To start the vehicle, you're going to press the lock button on the remote control 3 times. So it's 1, 2, 3. That'll activate the remote start. Vehicle started and running. Now to do your vehicle takeover, you'll press the unlock button, open the door. Once you've entered the vehicle, take the ignition key, insert it into the ignition, and turn it to the full on position. Then press the brake pedal. This will disengage the remote start and allow you to take the vehicle, put it in gear, and drive away.